Okay, so yesterday, for like a couple of hours, I was working on a little project. I set it in my head just for fun. So I joined this PvE server where you can just get everything easily. It's like a creative mode for Rust. And I started building a simple addition calculator, which is, this will be 2-bit. Well, technically the output is 3-bit, as you can see at the top. And yeah, I played around with it, and I came to a somewhat good ending, a good finish, I think. It's not too complicated, but I wanted to do that like in a small size because I wanted to go even further and bigger with the project you see down there, which I will show you in a few seconds. But I'm going to explain. Well, actually, I'm going to explain it. Yeah, I'm going to explain it here because the lighting is better, I think. It all starts with the first bit, which you have a maximum of 2 inputs. Right, you have the first 1 or 0 and the second 1 or 0, which you then just it's very simple. If you have either one input, you go through and have a 1. If you have 2 inputs, you go to an AND switch, which blocks the pass through from the OR switch, which doesn't light up the light. And then if you have the AND, you carry the 1, which you can input to another OR switch on the second one, on the second binary number or whatever, and you have 2. So 1 0. It's the other way around. You gotta mirror it, because I built it from left to right, because I couldn't be bothered, and the distances with the cables would be too long. But in the final version, I actually spun them around again. Right. So for the second to third bit, it's a bit harder because you have 3 inputs, which you gotta put into an AND switch. So what I mean by that is, you have a possibility of having, let me show you. If you have one, like the 2 and the second 2, if you have both of them turned on, you get 4, right? But if you have both numbers set to 3 in total, like 1 1 1 1, you get, through the carry of the first installment, like the first number, it's carried. So you have a total input of 3 numbers in the second bit. So you gotta find a way to create an AND gate which allows 3 numbers to go into, like to be processed, 3 numbers, which I did by, as you can see down here, that is the big AND gate. So this right here, like this one here, is the carried bit, which comes from right here, as I showed you before. It gets carried over here, and these 2 are the input bits, which you choose from the start, like the input numbers, the input binary numbers. And by that, you have the OR switches right here. It's the A, like these 2 over here, which choose if either one, like if either 2 of these, or like if either one of these, sorry, if either one of these is has an input, it goes through to the lighting. But if the input is 2, like if either one, like if either 2 of these, no matter if this and this, or this and this one, or this and this one, like the most, you always have to have the light turned off, like it's got to be carried. It has to be carried if it's 2 inputs or more. So That is that right here. It's like the two blockers is what it's used for. So I have it, as you can see right here, all these inputs go through to the OR switch, and through this splitter, and go to the AND switch. So if the carried number, which is this one right here, if the carried number and both numbers that come in, like the both input numbers, so 2 and 2, if both of these are, like if all three of them are 1, you get a pass through again. So this blocker activates when two numbers are, like if one of the AND switches, like one of these 3 AND switches is activated, this blocker activates, so the pass, like it doesn't pass through anymore, because just 2 inputs, and 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So 0, 1, 0. So this one got to be a 0. Remember, it's got to be mirrored. And yeah, so that is that, and the carry is right here again, which is the OR. If either 1, 2, right, gets carried, and it's the third number. Right, so that is the basics of that. I built it a bit. I think it looks nicer and it's easier to understand, especially like the layout over here. So you got your 8 numbers that you can input right here, your second 8 numbers, and your output, which is you gotta have technically it isn't even 8-bit. It's an 8-bit plus 1 carry, so it's 8 plus 8, like 9-bit would it be, but it's easier to just say it's 8-bit or 1 byte or whatever, because the 1 carry, which is the 9th number right here, would technically be in the second byte, the lowest number, like the lowest bit in the second byte. But I'm not gonna go over that right now, so it's not too much. It's just 9 numbers, 8 numbers in total. You can get 9 numbers output, which I can show you actually. If you take the 2 highest numbers, which are always the most left numbers, you get 256, it should be, which is 128 plus 128, 256. Yeah, and I can show you actually. So you can see right now the input is 128, or the 8th bit, and the second one goes up to, you can see in the background, the 9th bit. Right, so I mean, I've done some testing with the calculations and it seems to be working fine. If you want to, I press some random stuff. If you want to, you can calculate backwards and see if it's right. It should be right, but I'm not here to show you just the functionality. I'm going to show you some at the end, but right now I just wanted to show you the computer, the calculator in the back. So it looks a bit more messy at the first glance maybe, but it's actually very, like, kind of easy if you like it. It's all in order, right? So I've concentrated on always putting a bit on one of these wall panels, so I'm not getting confused with where I'm building and stuff. And I always stay in some certain border, and I built layer by layer. So I started with the AND switches and stuff and went further up. With the stuff you see down here, so the way I transmit the input is via frequency. So I got, for every number, I got a frequency, like an input frequency set, which is good if I want to add, for example, in the future, which I'm going to do, I think, I'm planning on doing. I want to have the ability to have a 4-bit multiplication. So you can add numbers of up to 15 times 15, which would be fun, I think. And you would be able to just use the frequency and use it on one of the like on for example on another wall, and build another machine for multiplication or whatever. So the signal gets input right here, down here, and on every one of these transmitters or receivers, and then it's just passed through one of these what are they called, power branches, whatever. So I have to use a power source for every input. I guess there's some strings that shouldn't be too overloaded, but it's like it's getting close. For example, I've had to use a second power source, or always had to use a power source at the carry number, because otherwise there wouldn't be enough power to carry the number anymore. So I did that. I had to find that out the hard way. So yeah, I built the system and then found out, oh, there's no more power left, which I was thinking about in the beginning, but then started to forget again. And yeah, I mean, I can show you. I can input some numbers, and you can see how the system activates and stuff. Let me just press some random numbers right here. Okay, so that will be that. And in this machine, you can see the output as well. It's up there. As I said, it's mirrored. So right now this is the highest number. So the output would be actually 0011101101. Which you can see I spun around, I mirrored. That's right here, 0011101101. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. So as you can see right here, it's a bit, I think I changed a tiny bit, but not too much. So it should be very much the same system. The alignment is different, but the rest should be very different. Very much the same, I'm sorry. You can see right here the carry, which activates when the inputs of it's an AND switch right here. So as long as the power coming from this going through the switch is always 100, and the power coming from the carry is just the activator for the AND switch, so the power from the secondary source can flow through and continue in the system. And as you can see, it works like very nicely. It's like, I'm very pleased with the result. I can show you the back of it. It's like, I'm very pleased. It took a while, actually building the whole, like the whole system behind it, what you can see over there. It just, that didn't take me too long. Like the single bit, it's fairly easy, like, but then meshing it all together and creating that 8-bit, that took a while. And right here you can see the lights are the output, and then the pass through from the lights goes into a broadcaster, which then sends down the frequency if the pass through is set. Right, so yeah, that's the 8-bit calculator, 1 by whatever. And I mean, if you want to, you can test it out yourself too. That's the server right here, and it should be up for a few weeks, I guess. Not too long. And yeah, I might actually build the multiplication too, so, but I'm gonna have to see. It takes a while. But for now, I'm very pleased. I mean, I can show you. You have the full input. The last digit should always be 0. And then the rest is just... So this goes up to... Yeah, it's like 1024 or whatever. I don't even know. Like the 500 and... Yeah, you know, like the 9th bit. I don't know what number it is. Should be something in the thousands. So this calculates to numbers up to 1000, which is, or actually no, actually 500. Yeah, well, yeah, 500, and the rest of the numbers bring it up to 1000, close to 1000. So yeah, something around that like these numbers this does, and it works. It works very well, and then like the great part is it's just so instantly. Yeah, but that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and see you on the next project that I might work on.